This video is sponsored by Squarespace. This is the new iPhone 15 Pro, and I'm going to take it into the city of London to do some street photography. I will show you both the raw, unedited photograph alongside my edited and slightly tweaked version, so you can see a little side-by-side comparison. I was also very excited to test out the Apple Log feature on this phone, so I've also thrown in a couple of video clips throughout my day. One thing I'm really pleased with this year on the phone is being able to set the default lens to a custom focal length, either 24, which is standard, 28mm, or 35mm. I personally prefer images at 28 or 35. It certainly feels a little bit more natural compared to the 24mm focal length, which is a little bit too wide in my opinion. So being able to set that in camera has been very helpful. If you do like shooting in Apple Pro RAW, I have some Lightroom presets available on my website which can give your raw images that extra kick. And after I've shown you the photographs and the video footage from London, I want to sit back down here and share with you some honest thoughts about the phone and give you a quick review from a photographer's perspective. See you?
And you?
You're still very blonde, aren't you?
Very blonde.
That's white, actually.
I know, well, it needs to fluff up a bit.
Do you like it?
I'm over it.
Oh, really?
But I liked it, sorry, do that.
I'd like to just say a quick thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. I've been using Squarespace for years to showcase my portfolio. It's been my go-to platform to showcase my work in a professional way, and it was very easy to set up thanks to their award-winning templates and designs. I've been selling digital products on my Squarespace site for years. For example, I have some Apple Pro RAW presets available for you to buy. Setting this online shop up was very easy and continues to be easy to manage. Soon I'll be selling my very first physical product on my Squarespace website, which is my first street photography book. So keep an eye out for that, pre-orders very soon. I also write a weekly newsletter, which is a little bit more laid back and personal. I create and send these emails out via Squarespace's email marketing tools. Once again, very easy to set up and get going. I have been using Squarespace for years, way before they even became supporters and sponsors of this channel. I cannot recommend them enough. Whether you need a place for your photography, running a business, or starting a passion project, why not at least start a free trial and see what you think? After that, when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Mike Chudley to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Now, let's get back to the video. If you're still here, thank you for sticking around and watching the video so far. In this section, I wanted to give you some honest thoughts on using this phone for photography. iPhone photography is not fun, and I didn't enjoy this day of taking photos any more than I would have if I actually just used a dedicated camera. Throughout this day, I did have the Leica Q2 around my neck just to take photos in between also using the iPhone 15 because this just feels so much nicer. My job is video and photo, so I use a camera full-time Monday to Sunday sometimes, and using camera gear feels pretty natural at this point. So when I go ahead and pick up a phone to do something fun like street photography, the phone kind of removes the fun and it just feels very clinical. However, just because I don't enjoy using the phone says nothing about the image quality and even video quality of the iPhone 15. You could easily use this phone for all social media related work, and in some cases drop some footage and photos into higher production value, so maybe on set somewhere, on location using B cameras and second angles. This camera in a professional environment, or this phone should I say, in a professional environment wouldn't necessarily feel out of place, depending on the occasion. In fact, using a phone for convenience and ease of use might actually speed up the content creation process. And if ease of use is the difference between someone taking photos and someone learning content creation versus someone never starting and never bothering because they think they need a camera and they need to understand lenses and etc., then use a phone all day. The classic phrase, "the best camera is the one you have on you," feels very appropriate. This camera, however, isn't perfect because I did encounter a slight problem quite regularly when shooting in RAW. There is a slight delay or buffering speed when you press the shutter button. It does seem hard to explain because it's not like the phone is doing anything wrong, it's just slow. When you press the shutter, typically your first photo will take fine, but then there will be a 1 or 2 second delay when you go to take another photo. And especially with street photography, that 1 or 2 second delay is the difference between getting the shot and not. It makes sense to think that when you use a camera, you press the shutter button and the shutter physically opens and closes and captures real time what you wanted to take a photo of. Compared to on a phone, you're effectively pressing a screen that displays a button that then sends a message to the camera to take the photo. So I don't expect it to be as effective or efficient as a camera that's dedicated for taking photos. I say that and then remember that Apple are quite literally one of the biggest companies in the world. So why is there a 1 or 2 second delay when I press the button to take the photo? I think they should be better than that. Just my honest opinion. When it comes to recommending these phones, I tend to say the same thing. If your budget is more than £1,000, then start looking at cameras and lenses. But if your budget is less than £1,000, just use your phone, because if you're buying a phone like this, it will perform better than most £500, £600, £700 beginner cameras. We're in this weird middle ground now where phones like the Apple iPhone 15 Pro are so effective that it kind of eliminates that beginner camera market, dare I say it. Now, I think there's benefits of owning a camera and understanding camera settings and just being in that world, but if you just want good photos and good videos for £1,000 or less, the iPhone's probably the one to use. If you are in the position to have a professional grade camera setup as well as the likes of a new iPhone, then brilliant, because I know personally I've been at events where I need to take a quick photo of something, or I'm working on some social content and I need to film something quickly and easily. Yeah, grabbing this from my pocket sometimes gets the job done easier than anything else. I hope this video explains my thoughts on the new iPhone. As a phone, it is fantastic. I had the iPhone 14 and the 13 and the 12, and they have always been great. They have been great for years. But as a photographer, I will not use this professionally, but it will be in my pocket if I need it. I hope that makes sense. It's a great piece of kit, but I don't personally enjoy using it to take photos, but sometimes enjoying it isn't the priority, so do what you will with that information. If you want to hear more from me each week, then feel free to sign up to The Focal Point. It's more of a personal, laid-back newsletter where I share experiences, thoughts, and just what I've been up to in the world of YouTube and photography. A link will be in the description for you to sign up to that. I will also be sharing the pre-orders for my new street photography book. I'll be sharing that on The Focal Point first for 5 days before I share that link anywhere else. Road to 100,000 subscribers, we are almost there, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.